Boom, we are live. It actually, just this 1 second, it went to the end of the countdown here, although I was planning to buffer it, and I didn't do that. You're going to see this 40 seconds late, but that is okay. That is how stuff works. It's good to see you guys. How are you guys doing? I can't believe, how did it get to be Sunday already? Someone was just asking. I feel exactly the same. It's another Sunday night. I should make sure I've got this all turned on and set to go. Boom, I'm slightly disorganized. Oh, that's because that's there. So there we go. How is everyone? James W, good to see you. I meant to shout you out actually on 2.5 Oyajis last night, which was far too late. It was fantastic to do a show with Ren again, actually. First time in a long time. But, yes. It's been a... Oh, that was a big bump. I didn't mean to do that. But good to see you all. Yeah, there's not been a lot of Japan news tonight, and actually I've got a lot of tech topics and stuff actually in my lineup, and so what I was thinking was I'd go through the topics that I have, and if I've got some time spare, I would go through and wow, this is actually a long buffer. I'm watching now. There we go. It must have come on now. I can see people commenting. But yeah, I thought I'd actually go and feature my tech stuff because I've got a bit of a backlog of YouTube sort of related news and stories, which I always mean to talk about. It's kind of cool. So I thought I'd talk about that tonight. So, yeah, good to see so many cool people here. Phoenix787, Nippon Culture Quest, good to see you. Robin1967, Canada, Mitchell Atlas, Posey May, Andrea Morboy from Yorkshire, good to see you. Benjamin Harris, Travis Moore, boom, 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 shake the room. That's right, Ricardo the Ferry. Oh, wow, it's good to see all of you beautiful people here. Yeah, I just joined a gym nearby recently, and so I am now officially back in diet mode. Barringer, good to see you, even though you don't look happy to see me. Finn, I don't recognize that username, Finn, so welcome. Good to have you join us live, Finn. And Bradley Ford, excellent to have you. But yeah, I am back to being kind of technically and officially overweight, so I am exercising. And I hate machines and treadmills, but that's all that they've got. I'd rather do kickboxing, and there might be a way I can get back into doing that soon. But for now, just running each night. It's... Yes, and one reason I am looking all pink apart from the background is just the fact that I ran. I've actually got the aircon going directly on me. It might be hitting the mic as well, actually. It's just because I get hot. I sweat a lot. Yes, I'm hot, not in a good way. James O'Hara, good to see you. I can actually make myself, but give me a second here. I can make myself a little bit... Oh, see that? It's like too white. Well, you know what? That's not bad, actually. Sometimes this goes too white. The white makes the white balance go crazy, but... Why not? There we go. That's better, perhaps. The alternative is I can make myself go a bit blue, but I'm not sure I want to go that far. Also, that is... I got this lamp because it's like the most powerful lamp that you could buy. But I think it's almost like too powerful. I need to put like a diffuser over it. El Camado, congratulations to El Camado. Big shout out to you. You recently put up your 100th video, which I actually saw today while I was on the running machine, and awesome, good to see you. Hemmingford Gray, 62, good to see you. Andrea Morboy is from Melbourne. I'm sorry, this is as soon as I commit myself to thinking, I've got, so it's actually, it's Ambel or something like that, isn't it, the other person? I'm sorry. Well, hello in Melbourne anyway, and thank you for joining after midnight there. I appreciate that. Kran, good to see you. Charlie Nosikatsu, awesome to see everybody. That's right, I'm going to the gym, but all I'm doing is just running. I'm just trying to burn calories. Plus, it's awesome because this gym which I joined has like free Wi-Fi, so I just get my iPad and I put it on the running machine and I just watch YouTube videos. Last time I went, I watched J-Vlogger videos. Today I was catching up on non-J-Vlogger videos. I was watching you know, epic rap battles and stuff. It was actually quite good for running. I was laughing my head off while I was running on this machine. I was lucky I didn't have an accident, actually. And Jordla, good to see you. That's right. El Camado, 100 videos indeed. Nightswork Japan, good to see you. Jonas BE, good to see you. And of Travis Moore acting as the moderator, so do not mess with Travis Moore tonight. That's because he was first, and that is the privilege that you get from going first. And all that goodness. Anyway, so I am going to Oh yeah, and I just remembered James W. forwarded me a hey boy, good to see you. Hey, finally, indeed, I've been waiting for you all this time. Where the hell were you, man? Seriously. So anyway, yes, James W., you sent me an article about the birth of your son or daughter. I'm not sure actually which one. I read it, and it was awesome. Hey, Christine in Japan, good to see you. Which I'm going to feature as well. It was going to be on Gaishin, but you should actually get a blog of your own, by the way, and post this, because I think it's an awesome kind of a personal thing. I feel kind of guilty reading it almost. Henna Gaijin, hey, so good to see Henna Gaijin is here, and Man in Japan. Wow, there's so many cool people. Sean Bro, Simang, 28172. You guys are all in here. Henna Gaijin, we had our first episode, the sneak preview, go up the other day, the first proper episode, the introduction to Ace and his background, Henna Gaijin. That goes up on Tuesday, so something to look forward to there. That's actually featured in my topics. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. And Jonas B, that's exactly it. When I'm on the running machine and I'm watching, if it's good, it's terrible. When I'm watching like a Funny or Die and it's not funny, and you're on the treadmill, it makes it feel worse. That's true. But hey, Shubas from Panama. Hey, cool to have someone from Panama. Actually, that's yo quiero ir a Centroamérica, pero yo no he ido. Pero quiero ir a Costa Rica. I've heard many good things about Panama as well. I've always wanted to go to that part of the world, so that's pretty cool. Oh man, it's an awesome crowd, but am I sitting on the mic? No, I am not sitting on the mic. The mic is over here beside the camera, attached to my light, actually. I don't know, does it sound a bit strange? I hope not. But anyway, episode 1 is going to be awesome for Henna Gaijin. Let's get into the topics that we have, and the very first topic that I have is actually from Miss Jenny Silva, from Japanese IRL. Japanese IRL, I know there are lots of like Japanese learning type things. She has one of the better ones. It's a very short, I think it's like 3. She's switching it up, making it 4 times a week with quick, practical, everyday, frequently used Japanese phrases that are easy to learn. She teaches Japanese. They're good. Her background music is awesome. Okay, it's mine. I admit it. Hey, Phoenix787, thanks for the like. I saw some other likes before I missed them, but thank you for that like. It's a really good series. She's planned it out. That's very professionally done. And apart from, she's now expanded it to having like a Saturday upload, and as part of that Saturday upload, which will be focusing on verbs. Hey, Walking Casino, awesome. It's good to see you made it live. Thank you for joining. And yeah, for you and everybody who's interested in learning Japanese, like practical everyday Japanese, she's got an awesome series. Actually, it deserves attention. I can see it slowly building up, but if you are learning Japanese or interested in learning Japanese, it's an excellent series. And as part of her introduction of verbs on Tuesdays, or Doshi Doyobi, I think she calls it, she's using a new kind of a textbook from a publisher she seems to be working with, where she's got like a discount code that you can use if you want to go buy the book. Plus, the publisher is she's doing a giveaway of one of those books. Hey, Mustard Blue, Man in Japan, thank you for that like. So yeah, it's a really cool giveaway going along with a really cool series. So if you guys are interested in learning Japanese, you could do much worse than subscribing to Japanese IRL, and there's information about the giveaway there. So go Jenny Silva. It really is cool. And yeah, Alchemado, there's a few of you, I've seen a few of the people who watch this who go and subscribe to that and comment on that. It's quality stuff, and she deserves some support for it. So go do that, and she's doing giveaways. So what more could you want to ask for? In Nippon Culture Quest, verbs in general in most languages do suck. Like for example, in Spanish or Russian. In Japanese, well, they're not perfect, but they're pretty straightforward. I mean, there's basically only 2 tenses in Japanese, and the hardest part is actually all the keigo versions. So yes, indeed. And we are not magical. We are just normal people. Thank you, the Sean Bro, for the like. And Gifted Ones, 1981. Welcome to the show. So go follow Jenny. Japanese IRL. You can search it easily enough. And yeah, go do that. Go give her some support. And she's doing a giveaway, so why not? Free stuff. Go. This is I use this for the logo. Oh, by the way, yes. So Fox Morris, thank you, Fox Morris. He actually provided the thumbnails for the next one, which is the Ace Geek versus Geek. So Ace Geek, the Ace Producer versus Geek YouTuber series. which is the official name of the series, which starts from episode 1 this Tuesday, and he did the very, very awesome thumbnails for this. That's the first one of them there from the other day, and you can actually catch the link to that video in here. And yeah, it's a little bit different to the one with Rochelle Kopp, which I must admit, with Rochelle Kopp, we are very disciplined. She's very professional. You know, when I said let's do everything on 5 minutes, hey Brad Wombo, thank you. Oh, you started a live stream? Oh, you favorited it. So okay, yes, thank you for favoriting my starting a live stream. Oh, my Argonauts is here. Yeah, my didn't have a show tonight, but very glad that you can make it here and join. But anyway, yeah, Fox Morris, apart from frequently doing the thumbnails and photoshops and so on for Tokyo Tonight, he's actually, I reached out and asked for help with the thumbnail for this series, and I think he did a really, really cool one. And yeah, the first episode's going to be talking about Ace's background. He's got a really, really cool, well, what he's doing now is awesome, but also the very diverse path that he went through getting to it is super interesting as well, and that kind of sets the groundwork for getting into the more technical discussions that come up in the other episodes, which actually Ace might be into the topics tonight, given that I want to talk about some more geeky stuff more than usual, so that's pretty cool. This is actually from newsonjapan.com. This is the Daily Yomiuri. Hey Kang and Kodos, glad that you made it. The Daily Yomiuri is like a pro-government. It's the Yomiuri. It's the you know, flagship of the right-wing pro-government, and even the most pro-government newspaper is saying butter prices in Japan are exorbitant due to import controls. They're calling bullshit, and you know, New Zealand is, you know, supposedly holding up the TPP because of you know, because of tariffs on butter. They're trying to do New Zealand Japan a huge favor on this. Hey, 99 Coolio, good to see you, and Dude Jericho, very good to see you there. So yes, I mean, come on. Nobody in Japan thinks that this is defensible, and you know, it's a very, very simple request, right? All that we want is just normal priced available butter. It's a simple thing. I don't know what's hard. This is just about the only real Japan story tonight. This, okay, if you make video, Ace, you will be into this. You should watch this video. In fact, anyone who makes YouTube videos, everyone at the moment I know is getting very much into all the latest, you know, cameras coming out. Everything is 4K, and there's this question: should I get 4K? And this video sets it up very well, and it's all very if you've been in the YouTube thing for a long time, that's what I've done. Hey Shubas, I'm all for the TPP if it gets me cheaper butter. That's all that I really care about. So yeah, it's the it's kind of funny when the comments are 40 seconds behind. I want everyone to keep up with the topic. It's amazing that YouTube doesn't have real-time synced video and comments. It really is. But anyway, so I remember when I first started out on YouTube, and YouTube only had like 360, and then when I got like 480p, that was like a big deal, and everyone was always was obsessed with figuring out how to get great quality video, great good looking video to show up on YouTube. And I didn't understand why guys like SXE Phil, who are posting in 360p, but their videos were crystal clear, and I was posting with a webcam in the same resolution, but my videos, and they were rendering clear, but when they were being uploaded, they were coming out as blocky sort of garbage. And there are a few tricks that you learn back in the day about what is the reason that those videos look better than mine, and there are a few. The two biggest reasons were even shooting at 360p or 480p. If you're shooting on a big professional camera with a huge sensor, you know, that collects lots of light, it's always going to look better. Hey, Constance Watkey, thank you for the favorite on that. It's always going to look better if you shoot with a professional grade camera. That's the first thing, as opposed to like a pinhole on a webcam, right? That's the first thing. But the second thing is that bit rates are very, very important for web video and for how good a video looks on web video. And the thing is that YouTube, you know, hosts a lot of videos, so they try to set limits on, even if you've got a video with very high bit rate that looks great when you upload it, you know, YouTube has boxes and limits on the bit rate of videos, which means that basically it degrades the quality a lot. And this is at the center of this whole thing, where apparently these people, you know, professional video makers at Linus Tech Tips, they were shooting and editing and killing themselves because they create enormous files to create, and real pain to edit all this 4K video. And they found that when they downscaled all their video to 1080p, shot with two cameras. They had a professional grade camera and a GH4, which is a consumer grade camera which shoots 4K. The GH4 stuff was, even on close examination, almost the same quality as the in 1080p as it was in 4K. The Pro grade camera was noticeably better, but the GH4 wasn't, which was kind of interesting. And again, this probably just comes down to things like the sensor size and so on. But they kind of came to this conclusion that even though the picture of the original video wasn't that much better with the consumer grade 4K cameras, and this is probably going to be the case with more of these 4K cameras that come out, the main advantage for web video of uploading your video in 4K, even if you shoot it in 1080p, there's an advantage to upscaling it to 4K and uploading it, which is that YouTube allows 4K videos, even when they're shown at 1080p or lower resolutions, to have a higher bit rate. So basically, if I just upload just a straight 1080p video, I think it's something like 10 megabits per second is the limit of the bit rate, which is honestly, for me, for looking at my face, it's completely clear enough. There's no problem with that. But if you really wanted to see like all the follicles and all the pimples and stuff like that, even just in 1080p, if I upscaled that video to 4K and I uploaded it like at 100 megabits per second bit rate, that would substantially improve the appearance of the 1080p version of that video, because it would allow that video to be shown with a higher bit rate than it would be if I just uploaded it at 1080p. I hope you're following me. It's really, really interesting. They talk about it in a lot of detail and it makes a lot of sense. And so if you are a video creator and you're one of these guys who's always wondering how to get better quality out of your video, hey Raz, good to see you. Good to see that you made it. This is the best video on the subject that I've seen in years. I remember the tricks that we used to do to try to ramp up the bit rate on the 360p videos. I remember there were people, there was one trick which was that if you made the video very long with nothing moving, you could trick the YouTube algorithm into basically allowing a higher bit rate. It wouldn't allow a high bit rate if lots of stuff was moving, because that would increase the amount of data required. But if you had a 3-minute video but you made it like 10 minutes with 7 minutes of just black space, it would allow the first 3 minutes to be super high resolution. And people would do this, but the problem is if you made a 10-minute video, no one would want to watch a 10-minute video. That was the problem. You lose the audience, even though you've only got a 3-minute video, but you have this super high quality thing. And thank you, NZ Maori, for saying I haven't lost my Kiwi accent, because I frequently am told that I have lost my Kiwi accent. So I feel very good about that, actually. I'm talking fast. That's probably why I am. That's why I'm, yes, I'm probably reverting to Kiwi, because Kiwi accent is a very good accent for talking fast. Hey, Christina's got to go. Okay, well, have a good night, Christina, and yeah, check out the recording if you're interested in this stuff anyway. Yes, indeed. So anyway, super interesting video on editing and uploading video. Another geeky topic next, that Hangouts, now that they're breaking up Google Plus, more or less, they seem to be kind of taking it all down. That includes the Hangouts integration, and now they've created apparently a standalone site, which I haven't actually been to yet, because I use Hangouts, of course, directly built into YouTube. But I think this is a good sign. If they are putting Hangouts more out on its own, I really hope this is a step towards getting mobile Hangouts. Please, mobile Hangouts on air. I mean, mobile Hangouts exist, but mobile Hangouts on air, I don't know what YouTube's problem is, that it allows it on Xperia phones and Samsung phones, and allows it on certain mobile devices, but it doesn't allow it on its own native application, which doesn't make any sense. But it's good to see that these things are being put ahead. Hey, Bushido Devil Dog, good to see you. I see you there. You are indeed. Who let the dog out? That's what I want to know. We know that you're in the house, but seriously, was it okay to let the dogs out? I mean, who did that? So yes, anyway, Hangouts, they're progressing, they're getting attention, and hopefully we can get the same feature that Ustream had like nearly 10 years ago soon. You know, I'm sure there's someone at Google thinking about that as we speak, perhaps. Oh, and good to see Jesus is watching. That's good to know. How always good. My mum always used to tell me that. She'd always say, "Be good, because Jesus is watching." It was mostly used for fear and intimidation. That was Lucas, something I just saw liked it. Thank you for the like. That person, hey Robert, 1967 Canada, very good to see you. Here's just an interesting random one. What food from home do you crave the most? It's been a slow work week. Well, it's been a slow news week. What can I say? That picture, this is written by, this is one of the Gaijin Pop blogs, and the author here, who I will shout out as soon as I load their name, Emma Crabtree. That's interesting. I am part Crabtree. That's on my mum's side. They're all Crabtrees. Hey, Dre Pigglesworth. Thank you, Andre. Thank you for the like for that. So, hey, I could be related to the author of this. In fact, I probably am. It's actually I actually know the Crabtree family line is actually can be marked back to a specific house with a specific crabapple tree in like 1450 in Yorkshire. So there you go, my Yorkshire roots, Crabtree power. And she, like me, we must be related because she obviously craves fish and chips. Although, New Zealand fish and chips and Aussie fish and chips is far superseded the old British fish and chips in my experience. But this is one of the things that you can get fish and chips in Tokyo. You can go to the hub or some British pubs and get reasonable fish and chips, not real fish and chips. And I do get fish and chips when I go back to Australia, certainly. Hey, CV6621. And yes, Mr. Cordy Chip, indeed, crab tea is a real name. It's an awesome name. It is sweet as. Sorry for the blasphemers, Stevie6621. But anyway, so what food do I crave though? What do I really miss? What do I miss that I can't get in Japan? I can't get the cheese that I like to get in New Zealand because it contains too much preservatives that they don't allow to be imported into Japan. So I like mainland cheese, New Zealand mainland cheese. Whenever I go back to Australia, I actually, this is blasphemy that I'm about to say, and so I apologize again, Stevie. I like Australian meat pies more than New Zealand meat pies, and I know New Zealand and Australia are don't start, Mr. Kordychev. That's not. We pronounce it correctly. Australians, F-E-E-S-H and C-H-E-E-P-S. It sounds like you're selling like baby chickens. It doesn't make any sense. Fish and chips, we say it the proper way. You guys say it wrong, okay? So yeah, I miss good fish and chips. And I remember in places like Kaikoura, when we're traveling around the South Island, and you pull up by the side of a highway, and they out of caravans they sell fish and chips with like scallops and crayfish, and the crayfish is like $10 for a whole one boiled right there, and you have it with fish and chips, and Worcester sauce and tomato sauce, and it's awesome. Meat pies and sausage rolls, yes, Nippon Culture Quest. You can't get them in Japan. Oh, you can. I found the meat guy. The meat guy is an Australian online meat importer, and he imports some meat pies. Although I really miss the 420s. They're cheap, and then, they're nothing spectacular, but they're good. Don't ask that Hinda Gaijin. Don't bait me. But yeah, meat pies. Sausage rolls are terrible food. In fact, they're probably borderline crime against humanity food, and I don't promote them, but I want to eat them when I go back to Australia. The other thing that I miss when I go back to Australia or New Zealand is, or that I want to get, is green apple juice. Like there's in Japan, the apples here are fantastic, but they're all these red apples, these Fuji apples. They're sweet, and that's good. I don't mind that. But sometimes you want sour apple juice or sour apples. You want Granny Smiths. I've talked about this a lot. You know this about me. The other day I was just thinking as well. I really miss yams. I mean, I grew up eating like roast like 2 or 3 nights a week, and small, like they look like kind of fat caterpillars. The yams, they're really kind of sweet and sour when you roast them up, and they're awesome, and I miss that. So yeah, there's all sorts. I miss the Australia pizza. Again, pizza in New Zealand sucks. It's no good, but in Australia it's pretty good. And no, I am not saying fish and chips. I am saying fish and chips. Come on, we say it the same way as the UK, the same way as South Africa, the same way as America. It's only Australia that has the weird accent that they have to say fish and chips, But anyway, I swing both ways. I grew up in both countries with both accents, but that's what I miss, and it's kind of fun to talk about that. And this is stuff that you can't really readily get in Japan, so it's kind of funny. There are very few things here that you can't get anymore. You can get Vegemite. I don't know why anyone would want to get Vegemite, but you can get it. Emily Louise Maitland was actually the other day promoting. She actually put out like there was Vegemite chocolate. I'm like, oh my god! I think I had it with like banana on Weet-Bix as a kid, and kids will eat anything. I mean, that's a proof of that. I got no desire to drink that stuff anymore. Hey, now I'm 5. Good to see you. But yeah, there isn't really a lot that I sort of miss. I miss a lot of peppermint stuff that you can't really get here, but yeah, that's about I miss V, the energy drink. Although after I've had some bad episodes with Red Bull where I got like palpitations, so I yeah. So with my accent, I swing both ways. Razogel, that's okay. So yes, indeed. And Aberdeen is where you get fish. Well, the Scottish pronounce it correctly as well. So there you go. What else we got here? More tech stuff. Okay, this looks like an incredibly vain makeup kit. This probably worse than a selfie stick. I admit this. This Volta iPhone 6 battery case that doubles as a ring light. But we want to shoot video when we go out, and there's two things that I really want the iPhone or any Android phone or anything to fix, and it's that one. A flash or a light on the front, and the ability to change the mic so it points towards the front. It picks up good sound from the front of the phone. Those two things, and actually ever since I got the lap mic, which you can plug into the phone, that's been great for the sound. You could hear on my video which I did in China about mainland China. I was using that, and the sound was excellent. So that's one solution to that. But being able to change the direction of the mic, and this thing is actually, if it's a battery case, and you can actually use it as a light, so you can use it to record stuff front facing, so you can check the video in dark, places like at night and stuff, or recording interviews. This is awesome, I think. So, Yorkshire pasty. My mum used to make pasties when I was a kid. Although, yeah, Cornish pasties, not Yorkshire pasties. In fact, what's the difference between a Yorkshire pasty and a Cornish pasty? The Cornish pasties are awesome. In fact, I went to Cornwall and had the best pasties of my whole life. They are awesome. Do Americans know what pasties are? Man, you're missing out if you don't know about those things. They are good. The ones I had in Cornwall were like really, really awesome. But anyway, I know this looks kind of obscene, and this looks like something probably a beauty video person would use, but this makes a lot of real practical sense if you do what we do, which is shoot embarrassing videos of ourselves. I think this is a brilliant idea. I'd probably get one of these. So yeah. Ben Duncan, okay, well, I guess if it's not your thing, meat pies are awesome. They're part of the culture. It would. So, yes, coming up, there's IFC's done there's a couple of parodies of Vice going around at the moment. One being done by The Onion, which is a bit lame, unfortunately, but the one called Edge. Oh, there was one on Edge. Oh, which, I don't have in here. There's one on Edge. The most recent one on Edge is a story about a cool American journalist can't get anyone to talk to him in nightclubs in Japan, which is actually quite good. And that you could do. The first one of the Onion parody of Edge didn't work because they tried to recreate like the West Bank, and it never works when you're trying to create. That's the whole difference, is that their stuff is sort of real. That said, Drones, which features Jack Black, and it's good. It's good. I mean, I love Vice News just to begin with. Holy crap, I got no battery. Let me just go plug in the batteries. Boom. There we go. Boom shakalaka. Battery's back. You have the power. So that was awesome. And I highly recommend watching this. I mean, I'm a big fan of Vice. I really am. I just like the fact that it's focused on interviewing people, not people bloody just talking. Just shut up and talk to the people there. Even we all know it's kind of dodgy, but I'd take that dodgy over CNN dodgy. I can't watch CNN anymore. So Vice is awesome, but at the same time there are some great parodies of it, and this is one of the better ones, so this is pretty good. I'm not going to talk too long about this one, Japan's Problem with Race. This was featured on Newsweek by someone. My main problem with this is that someone basically cherry-picked a bunch of stories and opinions about race in Japan, and put together a picture which came to a conclusion that racial discrimination that exists in Japan is reminiscent of the segregation-based atmosphere of the 1950s America, posing a hostile environment for those of non-Japanese origin. That's going a bit too far. I mean, I'm not speaking for everybody. Discrimination happens. It happens everywhere, and it happens in Japan. But nothing, I mean, either the person doesn't know anything about 1950s America, or they don't know anything about Japan, or both. And I suspect it might be both. The thing that's really disappointing about this article is that they don't actually interview anyone from Japan or anyone that they're talking about, including the Miss Japan winner, and it feels like, in fact I'm almost certain based on reading this, that the author was not in Japan and probably has never even been in Japan. It's just putting together a bunch of stuff that they read about Japan and making a clickbait piece about Japan being racist and xenophobic, which is, it's an old stereotype, and there's truth. All of the examples that she pulled are valid, but I could do the same thing with any country and come to the same extreme conclusion, which would still be wrong. So, it's just another example of someone really writing about Japan when, come here. Come here and write about it, and talk with the people. Listen, this is coming back to what I like about Vice and what I don't like about, again, outlets like Newsweek and CNN that just talk about shit without really knowing about it anymore, or actually even giving you first-hand sources anymore. That's the thing, This is just someone from outside just read a bunch of stuff and put it together in an inflammatory way. Another YouTube thing, these guys, bad lip reading, they don't make videos very often, like once every 6 months or so, but they did one based on the Republican debate, and it's so good. In fact, the final song, the winning song about every little mouse has a weenie, it's been stuck in my head. I get the weirdest tune stuck in my head. And I got the one from this one. So this is really funny and highly recommended. Oh, this is it, Kishanai. Inside the Japanese subculture of ignoring American reporters, even if they're rad as hell. Okay, everything up to this point where Onion tried to parody Vice didn't really work. This one just kind of worked, partly because I knew the material and partly because you could do this one a little bit more easily than trying to recreate a West Bank village like they tried in the first one. So this was pretty funny, actually. But yeah, the drones one is also really, really, really good. So anyway, go check that stuff. PDR-san has been doing his impersonations of the top 100 channels, 100 to 51 and 50 to 1, I think. And he's been doing impersonations of each channel. They are brilliant. Seriously, he's like one of the best things on YouTube. I mean, not just Japan, YouTube. On YouTube, he subtitles all of his videos if you can't handle the English, and if you can't handle the Japanese. Plus, he makes videos in English as well. He's just like the funniest, best thing going on YouTube, if you ask me. And it's kind of cool to see him show his prejudices against certain types of video and specific YouTubers as well, in a very humorous way. So that's all pretty good. And look at that, Phoenix 787 is a registered Republican. D's nuts. Oh no, he's an independent. I don't know. Well, the Widow Weenie guy, I would vote for him. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see the Republicans put forward a black candidate, actually. I was kind of surprised to see one in the debate there, but I mean, there again, Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court, was a Bush nominee or whatever. So happens, and that's good to see. Interesting article here, just a culture thing by Jessica Scott Reed for the Wall Street Journal, talking about how even extroverted happy fingers people like myself become introverts coming to Japan. Or no question, it changes your personality. I think that's that is clear. Yeah, got a bit of a crowd. Well, I think he's got certain qualities. PDR has qualities that draw New Zealanders to him, obviously, and hence Mime got to him first. So what can we say? It's PDR's son, or something. PDR, not PDS, is the name of his channel, Myagonauts, but it's well worth checking out. So coming to this one, this is true. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, but I think after a couple of years in Japan, when you go back, as this person describes as well, being a long-term expat, Japan, I think the biggest impact is it makes you chill out a lot more about stuff. When I go back to Australia and see my relatives over there, and they're always like talking with a sense of outrage about everything and complaining about everything, and I'm like, who cares? Which I wasn't like before, but Japan's kind of short. And my friends when they come over here and they get all outraged by the Japanese shogunai culture, and why does everyone say shogunai? It's why nothing ever gets fixed. But that's just kind of how it is, right? I mean, I don't know, it just makes you, Japanese culture, because everything is kind of such a pain, it means that you tend to save your energy for what is kind of important, which, so I don't know, it definitely does change. I've become a lot more chill, a lot more mellow since I got here. That's kind of an interesting blog talking about that, so it's well worth reading. I don't really like this. I kind of read this and thought this just confused the issue more than anything else. I applaud. Oh, well, that's not good. The plane crash in the UK, of course. Sounds like more people died than expected. Some crazy rumors going around about the Tianjin explosion. By the way, that there are some apartment buildings that were close to like prefab dormitory buildings, very close to that warehouse that blew up, that no longer exists, and they should have been full of people sleeping at the time. So there's people talking about that could have been, very, very. The death toll on that is probably not 100 people. It's probably much, much, much higher. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories going around in Japan at the moment. The Chinese government. It's a bit like when they buried that high-speed train right beside the tracks with the people still inside it, right? But anyway, disasters aside, 3 stereotypes to dispel. It's a convoluted. I'm not sure I even recommend this really, but it's worth. At least they're saying that these stereotypes are kind of incorrect or misrepresentations. Japan is inherently strange. Well, yeah, that's right. I mean, weird and wacky Japan is a stereotype. I mean, it's great to see the BBC is actually contradicting itself by actually saying that these things are false stereotypes for once in a while. The Japanese are dangerous. Yeah, well, this is again, and this is something I will frequently point out, that the British, there's a prejudice and there's an underlying tone to reporting on Japan, which comes out with this whole the first 4 words: atrocities committed during World War II. Is that 5 words? I can't count, but in fact, yeah, 6 words. I mean, what about the British Empire? I mean, geez, anybody, but that's right. So they're not quite as. And Japanese women are submissive. Well, again, you can't say everything for everything, but yes, this is another howler. So that's right. It's kind of funny. It's nice to see the BBC acknowledge these things, while otherwise on every other article completely affirming these stereotypes at every opportunity. Epic Fish Fingers. Good to see you there as well. I don't know. I just find it's not a helpful list. Another tech thing at the moment, the Android Wear smartwatch. It sounds like the software for Android Wear. By the way, there are some cool Android Wear. I always like the Moto 360. Actually, I like it more than the appearance of the iWatch. And if they make it compatible with iPhones, like through a Bluetooth link or something like that, I would actually like to get an Android Wear smartwatch. And I'm waiting for that to happen. Hey, Nomberisto, thank you for the call, Hilka. But yes, the Android stuff I think is much more innovative. And you look at the Fossil watches that are coming out, and whoa, why are we going into power save mode? Come back. Oh, we're still working good. The Fossil watches that are coming out, they're bringing out a new Motorola watch. I like the round interfaces. I like the fact that they're more customizable and flexible, and the Apple Watch just doesn't really do it for me. So, and if they're introducing things like little translators built into them and stuff like that, that's hella cool, and that's something I'm cool with. So good to see that's going ahead. This was hilarious. If you guys didn't see this, you should go and check this out. How do I make this a little bit? Let me see if I can tilt this on the side. No, I can tilt this on the side, but then it goes all vertical. Okay, so I'll read this out to you. This was a video. So the video which I did, or this was on Ami Yamato's channel, where she actually had a commenter that she was screwing with a little bit. So she put a little ironic comment 8 months ago that she finally drew a bite on it. So what's this? Weird. This is a conversation of me talking with Ami Yamato. And enter quick-witted commenter, screw all weeaboos, fanboys, fangirls, and other retards, comes in and offers the opinion, and retarded. And Amy says, yeah, totally, who makes this crap? About her own video, without the commentary apparently realizing that she's making an ironic comment about her own video. And this guy comes back, I guess they like to live in a pretend country, but that's the way the Japanese people are. Seriously, I've never seen such a fake tourist trap besides Disney World. It's so artificial. Ami comes back. Yeah, how dumb do you have to be to have a conversation with fake people? Maybe catching on to something. He comes back. That's a rhetorical question, obviously, right? It was rhetorical, but feel free to answer, says Ami. Okay then, it's pretty dumb. LOL. This was like awesome. She shared this on Twitter. She captured it and shared it on Twitter. That is a major poning right there. That is very good stuff from Ami Yamato, who is a legend, and I'm of course a huge fan of. And I still feel privileged. I think I'm the first person who I've done actually 2 or 3 live videos with her actually, and that was pretty good. That was a pretty good reverse troll, and congratulations, Ami, on that. Hyperloop. Obviously, Elon Musk. He must have been watching Iron Man, because he's totally going for the was it Stark type image. Awesome guy. He's launching freaking rockets. He's making the Hyperloop, the Tesla, which I don't think is very the main car. It's not a very sexy looking car, but the ludicrous mode, the fact that you can do 0 to 100 k's an hour in like 2.5 seconds. I would buy an electric car for that. It's the torque, right? I mean, I think that Top Gear would stop mocking electric cars so much just to be able to do that. This is a cool guy. This is what I wish every rich person was like. And fascinating interviews with this guy as well. This guy's a South African guy. Like Travis Moore, I actually realized, hey, Ramzi Berabia, good to see you. Long time no see that you've been in here. I just noticed you in the comments there. Good to see you. It's kind of funny. This guy was South African, was bullied as a kid. I mean, again, obviously not. I'd say that he's the one laughing now, but fascinating character, and this is just kind of cool that he's actually looking to build and make this Hyperloop thing a reality, which I believe they're talking about speeds of through these vacuum tubes, like these little compact trains that could go, I believe, like 1,000 kilometers per hour. What is the speed that they're talking about? It's kind of funny. You should mention the speed if you're talking about the Hyperloop. But anyway, I mean, crazy. It'll let you go from Los Angeles to San Francisco in 20 minutes or something like that. So kind of awesome that this is still moving ahead. So that is cool. Oh yeah, Hero, the BAMF, I believe is the term, the badass mother freakers of the week, are the Frenchman and 2 American off-duty servicemen who overpowered a Moroccan terrorist with an AK-47, a box cutter, and a pistol on a train, who was looking obviously to just do a high-speed train massacre. The fact that they caught him, they acted, they held him down, they choked him unconscious. America, fuck yeah. I mean, very good job to those people. And seriously, what is wrong with the... I mean, so it sounds like the guy in question was had been fighting in Syria and come back and, was radicalized and all that sort of stuff. And, it's I mean, you talk about a time when Europe is taking on, so many refugees from Syria and the Middle East, escaping from assholes like this train massacre guy who want to come to Europe for the peace and for the security. And they have... I mean, I guess it's inevitable, but again, where Europe is somewhat of a safe haven for people escaping from these sort of places, why do these guys... I mean, I guess it's a rhetorical question. It's part of their ideology and goals to go to Europe and do this sort of thing for the maniacs who want to do this. But seriously, it's so sad and depressing. I mean, in the end of the day, it really hurts other people from those countries, from Syria. I mean, those people, it's going to cause suspicion to be put on those things. Hey, Damaster, I was going to use your thumbnail. I forgot about that, Damaster. Sorry. I was thinking, I had that in the back of my head. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. Can you tweet it to me again? Actually, you should tweet it to me on Friday, so I it's close to the show. I'm sorry about that, Damaster. I totally forgot about that. So I knew I had one in reserve as well. I wanted to use it. Damn it. I'm sorry about that, because Damaster, you made me an awesome Photoshop and I plan to use it. So I'm going to keep it in reserve so I can use it for next week. But please remind me to do it, because I'm just terrible at managing this stuff. But anyway, kind of sad that they had to be heroes, but at the same time, thank heavens that they were. Yeah, good job. And pretty sad that the whole thing happened, unfortunately, but awesome. YouTube has added from people like was it Colin McLeod from the Clan McLeod, Highlander. YouTube has anyway added another 1,000 extra tunes now to its royalty-free audio library of YouTube safe music. Although of course you could also come to my SoundCloud, which is linked in the video information thing. There's the outro for this video is already uploaded for today. All my stuff is also royalty-free, available for people who want to use on their videos, and you're welcome to do that if you want stuff made by me. But otherwise, if you want the YouTube sponsored library, it is there, and it's got 1,000 extra tracks, so that's pretty good. Hey Renee Hauptmann, good to see you there. So that's pretty good. So you see lots of sort of YouTube-y tech stuff for today. 5 types of conversations that you will have in Japan, according to, I think this is Liam Carrigan. Yeah, the old conversations that you have over and over, they're good for practicing your Japanese. Your Japanese is really good conversation. Jozu desu ne. Yeah, you get that a lot. My Japanese is so much better than yours conversation. I don't get that so much, but I think if you associate with other foreigners a lot, you do tend to get the Japanese schlong measuring thing. And indeed, it was being baited into making a Japanese schlong comparison comment against Debito that caused him to form a rage mob against me. Sorry about that, Debito. No, and I'm not going to say anything more about that one. The Japan is not as good as it used to be conversation. Really? Well, I mean, if you're talking about the bubble, perhaps. I haven't really had that conversation. I guess it might be a millennial thing. The if you don't like it, go home mentality. Yes, well, if you don't like it, go home. Do that. And yes, thank you, Okamoto, for being a frequent user of my music. Indeed, and Man in Japan and Phoenix787, you awesome people use it all the time, so you can do that. Posey, mate, you used it in a cat video. Hey, that's pretty good. I like to see how my music goes with cats. How do they do this in your country conversation? I get that all the time, and I always tell them I don't know, because ever since I graduated university I've only lived in Japan and I don't know, which is always kind of embarrassing and disappointing. Plus, I mean, I'm from New Zealand, so seriously, like, you know, I don't know how much that would come to them. That is all the topics I have set up for tonight, which is actually kind of good. We're a bit ahead of time as usual, so you know what, I'm going to go into my other magazine on YouTube and tech, just see what other tech stuff I've got. So top 10 billionaires under 35 years old. Crazy how many of them there are. The only moon of Saturn. They're about to go and crash Cassini into Saturn, but it's amazing the cool photos that they've got from this. They're shooting TV shows at the YouTube space in LA. That's kind of cool. Lacey Green, who I don't know, but I mean to go and check out, is apparently one of the foremost sex columnists on YouTube with the YouTube channel. So I don't know, probably worth checking out. But there you go. There's was it Rhett and Link with her there. BlackBerry is going to be releasing an Android phone with those BlackBerry keys that everybody loves. So that's pretty cool. I got some messages from some people when I tweeted this that they're excited about this, and yeah, you know, be cool to see them get back into it. They're upgrading Flipboard, which I'm always going to be into because I'm a regular user. What else we got? There's an app which a lot of people are talking about that actually recreates a 1980s VHS video look. It kind of degrades the video a bit and makes it look like an old camcorder thing, which my first instinct was to go and download it because a lot of people say it is awesome, but there again I can't really think what I'd want to shoot that I want to make look like the 1980s. I mean, I love the shot here of the ghetto blaster in the old car, and that kind of works, but really I don't really know what else I would shoot that I'd want to have look like that. It'd be kind of cool for shooting certain sort of B-roll footage. See, Hinagaiji taught me that word, B-roll footage. If you wanted to take certain B-roll footage and make something look like a nostalgic look back, you could do that. Hey Mikey Chen, good to see that you made it. Yeah, that's there, and lots of people are talking about that. Huawei's on. I talked about how I want phones to have just like a decent front camera and a flip around mic. Well, here's a Huawei has a new phone with a camera that flips around front and back, so you get the same quality, you get the same camera available front and back, so that's pretty cool. Japan is building a power loader just like the Aliens one. In fact, specifically they actually said that Panasonic that they are building it in the image of the Aliens power loader, so that's pretty cool. I don't know what they'd use it for, but who cares? They're building a freaking power loader, please. Jobs that you can do as a video editor. Another one actually for Hinagaijin, if you're still watching, you might be into that. There's PDO. I'll get a man crush on him. He's awesome. Oh, that's what people are saying there, but I'm not going to deny it. He's like awesome. If you're not subscribed to him, there's something wrong with you. Content guidelines. Tesla, talking again about Elon Musk, but the dude is a dude, and Yeah, that car. I mean, it's ugly. It's an ugly car, but it's got ludicrous mode. So I would love to drive one, and I'd consider owning one. They're opening a YouTube space in Mumbai. Seriously, hey Adrian Alvarez, good to see you with us here. It's B grade. I'm still getting my definitions wrong, am I? Okay, never mind. I'll keep working on it. So what else we got? We got on hub. It's funny, when I searched, I saw this on hub thing, which is like it looks like a relay router, which you can carry around room to room, and it will link up to the closest, to the best Wi-Fi signal. So and you just connect to that hub, so you're always getting the best Wi-Fi signal, even if you move around the house. So you don't have to switch all the time, different Wi-Fi places. If you have, like I have in my current house, I have a different Wi-Fi source in the living to here because the signals are crap. As you go through the house, it's all concrete, reinforced concrete. So Google's got this thing on hub. The funny thing about this was that I wanted to know more about it after I read this thing featuring the on hub. So I searched on Google for on hub, and it was auto-corrected to Pornhub. So I don't Google, this is your product. Oh, don't want to do that. That's outputting a video to nowhere. So oh, it's playing. Oh, okay, it's playing the video on the screen there. Okay. Let's see, it might, maybe I'll just let it play the video, although it'll only be the middle part of the video. But anyway, so this is it. It's made by Google, and it looks like a really kind of a cool idea that you can carry this thing around. It'll always make sure that you've got the best Wi-Fi signal. It's just a shame that when you try to search for it, Google diverts you to Pornhub, which I suppose is what people might want to use for it anyway. It's a little bit awkward when I went to go and look it up, but I put the link in here anyway. Hey Ben Duncan, I swear it's true. Seriously, go try it right now. Go try it right now. And no, I'll be not sharing my search history on this thing. Seriously, I don't know. It's Google's own thing. I searched for what is on hub, and I got a whole autocorrected what is Pornhub, as if I had to ask. Seriously, it's crazy. What else? Oh yeah, there's a extension that's become available that shows what the tags and videos are. They used to make those things visible. Now they have them hidden. But if you want to find out how popular people make their videos popular with tags, which obviously I'm not succeeding at, but I'd like to know what some other people do, then yes, here's the way. You can actually get this extension which actually displays tags, which is kind of cool. These people in, where are they? They're in like Canada, are planning to make like a tower which will go into the stratosphere. Like they're talking about like 100 kilometers up or something. Well, no, 30 kilometers up. 100 kilometers is space technically, and 30 kilometers, it's a long way up there. But the idea is to make a tower tall enough that you could connect like a space elevator to it. The only problem is that I think at the moment we don't have any building materials that could sustain its own weight if you made it like 30 kilometers high. In fact, 12.5 miles, so it's not even 30 k's, it's about 20 k's up, but it's still, there isn't a 1 kilometer building that exists at the moment. It'd be kind of cool if they could do this. You know, I love that sort of stuff. They're going to have all these video action replay referee technologies in the World Cup. That's all good stuff. This is the Fossil watch that I was talking before, and you know, these are good looking watches that I think look much better than the Apple Watch. And if they connect with iPhones, or they find a way like to Bluetooth connect them, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe Ben Duncan, maybe they fixed it, but when I searched it like the day that they announced it, no, I'm not a liar. As soon as they released it, like when it came out on the Google blog, I looked it up right away. So I think they probably had to fix it. But anyway, yeah, hypersonic planes from Germany, the Volta thing, that's pretty cool. A train ride, a model train ride with a 360-degree video of that. Sasaki Asahi, she's just... Sasaki Asahi. E-Online, actually I didn't read this and I don't really care to get into this, but apparently E-Online, probably just trolling for views, actually just made put up an article apparently a week or so ago, just insulting a generation of millennials that watch YouTubers, you know, these no-name losers on YouTube or something like that, instead of real celebrities like E-Online covers. And some people wonder if they were almost being ironic about it, because of course, you know, most polls are showing now that among millennials at least, that YouTube stars are bigger than TV stars now. So yes, Cordy chat, leave it alone. DJ Shifty with Tractor Control S8. Unfortunately, I no longer have the freedom to spend learning how to use all this equipment all over again. Although if I would, Tractor is what I would get into, and they're doing a special thing at the YouTube space on August 28th that I signed up for. I'm going to go in there and check out their stuff, at least with Native Instruments, which also I think made Tractor. They've got iMachine, and of course the machine itself, the physical hardware version of it, and some music making stuff. So I am getting into that. By the way, Phoenix Sasaki Asahi is she's like one of the biggest YouTube channels in Japan. So you should totally go and well, she does mostly beauty stuff, but she does other stuff as well. Anything that YouTube says we got to make a video, like she's usually involved in it, and she is awesome. She's actually really cool. Yeah, she like PDR, right? Here's the Hangouts thing. Bezos' own newspaper says, not so sure that working for Bezos could be so bad. This is all from my tech and YouTube magazine, so you can see all the stuff. If you look at my other Flipboards, I've got lots of stuff that I don't feature on the show that you can check out. Yes, Man in Japan, I did flip by the vlogger suggestions. I didn't look at it that closely. I can come back to it. UK Advert Police explain to vloggers what an advert is. Yeah, it looks a little bit stupid, but probably worth a read. In fact, yeah, they've got rules for what you can do in terms of monetized content, I believe, or sponsored content, or something like that. Yeah. Well, you want me to? Let's go through. Like it or not, most new media stars are getting into, that's right, talking about kickbacks and all this sort of stuff. But you have to play by the rules. So there's now a Committees of Advertising Practice has published new vlogging advertising guidance known as the Common Sense Handbook. So apparently what this is all about is that the guidance intended to clarify the rules that bring the new ones in covers the most common promotional scenarios that new media juggernauts engage in, from product placement to sponsored content to full-blown advertorials. In every case, the message to internet celebs and the marketers that work with them is clear and pretty obvious. Basically, where the content contains an advertising element, it needs to be transparently labeled as such. Sure, so if you're getting a sponsored thing, you have to disclose that. Vloggers and the like are really pulled up by the ASA for misrepresenting promotional content, but the guidance should help new and established players alike from repeating indiscretions like the YouTube Oreo lick race scandal of last year. So I don't know if these things are particularly controversial or anything like that, but they have these guidelines anyway on what vloggers should do. So I don't know, Man in Japan, if there's anything crazy around that, you can maybe hit me up on that later. I've got endless stuff here. Space documentaries, I love space stuff. Amazon chief says employees lacking empathy will be instantly purged. This is a parody article, but it's still, I believed it. It's kind of funny. BuzzFeed is coming to Japan, so talking about that. Stuff about iOS 6, another experimental version of YouTube search coming, coming on, the new Nexus phone. So yeah, I've got all sorts of cool stuff in my other magazines that I never actually talk about on the show that I'm talking about tonight because I've got some extra time. That said, my time is coming up, and I made a track which is up on my SoundCloud at the moment. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but I guess it's on my iPhone. It's not on my iPad as per usual. So I guess I'll disconnect this and I'll play that as the outro. Thank you for joining me. Hey, Nicholas Rapp, good to see you. Well, no, you can watch the recorded version, so don't sweat it. Let me just adjust my layout here. Preview and main shot list, because I have to switch my shot. Boom. And make that full screen. And there is the outro setup. So let me go plug in. Things away. Music. Okay. Let me get the sound going on this. Oh, you're blue. Oh, we got pink. Ah, crap. Oh, crap. What happened? Any sound? I don't think there's any sound going through. Okay, here we go. And that is the outro, and that's the end of the show. I'm going to take this one out and put this back where it belongs over here. And booyah, I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the show. And August Henry, I'm not really DJing, I'm just playing. I am making the music on my iPhone, but I've got it all queued up to play. And so yes indeed, I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll put up the loop for that so that you can use that as like background music for your videos if you want to do that on my SoundCloud. And you can download the already completed track from that on the I button at the top of the video there. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you have a good week. See you again next week. Remember the YouTube party September 5th. It's going to be awesome in Roppongi. Video information is on my Facebook. Message me if you're not sure about it. Follow my Twitter, follow my Flipboard, all that sort of stuff. You'll get information. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Boom. Have a good week. And check out the Ace Producer versus Geek YouTuber on Tuesday morning. Good to look forward to. Okay, see you later. Boom. And ending it right there. There's the stop.